Let's go. Part 2. Plots development in Ahriman's underground school.
Просто уже процесс работы. А, здесь, да, наверное.
Where the light is before the green demons trembling, and born into the light primordial forces to struggling people secret announced, that to lure out the demons and bring them to the gods only people can do. The soul has found a soul, so that the once waiting gods demons secret give in a dark house, so that it becomes light, where if this is not done, eternal darkness would reign. There are such places. They must disappear. Make them disappear someday. Thus speaks so invitingly Michael's look.
1924. Plot development in Ahriman's underground school. A gloomy dungeon with high arches illuminated by torches. Ahriman sits on the throne with a triumphant look, and Lucifer stands next to him, behind the podium. There are numerous demons and human servants around them.
With this, I declare the World Symposium of the Underground School of Ahriman open, and of course, the honorable right to begin our symposium in order to set goals for all of us belongs to the permanent rector of the Underground School, professor of all Gandhishapur sciences, fear and aura of all beings. We meet His Evil Majesty, Ahriman.
Woohoo!
Stormy long-lasting applause.
Enough, enough. If only you worked so hard as you clap. Here's what I'll tell you. In order to reign on earth, it is not enough to own it from under the earth. You need to be able to incarnate on it. My colleague Lucifer, although considered a prodigal son, visited Earth as the Chinese emperor. Moreover, no matter how much I resisted, our heavenly non-prodigal brother also visited Earth, even if only as the son of a carpenter. And here I am, but for some incorporations I wrote the book Antichrist. Through Nietzsche and through Woodrow Wilson, his famous political thesis, but in a serious way to fully incarnate, I didn't let go. Get to. Unfair. I declare goal number 1, to prepare for me the ground for incarnation as quickly as possible.
Stormy applause again. Crowds of demons chanting, "Give us the incarnation of Ahriman."
And we have already done a lot in this direction. I will not dive of pride if I say that the main thing is what I do in my patrimony, the East. You all know that almost half a thousand years ago, the era of the conscious soul began. And this is very bad, because if all people become conscious, then our power over them will come to the end. Of course, the citadel of the conscious soul is Europe. Let the bull kidnap her. But here I don't call the shots. On the other hand, 1,000 years ago, I was able to create a powerful center of my mysteries in Mongolia, thanks to which I rallied huge hordes and threw them at Europe in order to destroy its culture and prevent the development of the conscious soul.
And why are you bragging so much? Have they made such progress in Europe?
To Central and Western Europe, no, but Eastern to this day is actually my golden horde. Although my governor Khan Batu has long been forgotten, and this gave you the opportunity, as if in contrast to me, to reign in Western Europe and create there a culture of an Ahrimanized conscious soul.
Yes. Perhaps we did a great job. We squeezed Central Europe, the most dangerous for us. But who will be able to cope with Central Europe?
A dark figure in robe stood out from the crowd.
Let me speak. I am the great black magician Klingzor.
Oh, welcome, welcome. A ray of darkness in the kingdom of light. Tell us about the exploits of the dark forces in Central Europe.
What great did he do there? Fancy that, a great black magician.
The main thing is what our servants do, and not the venerable Lucifer. Look, there would have been no golden horde in the East if we had not eliminated Tsarevich Dmitri in time. Because, having become king, this Dmitri would have deployed the mystery of the Holy Grail there. Then the East would have stopped opposing the West and would have begun preparing for the sixth cultural epoch, which would have meant the complete failure of all our plans. And you won't be able to take over, neither by force nor by wild hordes. Here, you have to be able to work precisely in order to eliminate all dangerous elements in a timely manner.
Okay, our precise one. But what have you achieved in Central Europe?
That's what I'm saying. As soon as we have eliminated this obstacle so that the East would confront the West, the same Dmitri came in a roundabout way through false Dmitri. We eliminated him too, and it would seem that all loose ends were tied up. But here, precisely in Central Europe, there was one poet, I don't remember who, it was a long time ago, a friend of Goethe. In short, some devil got wind of all this and began to write a monumental poem about it.
Yes, it was Schiller, ignoramus.
That's it. We also eliminated the Schiller. Otherwise, he would have made a lot of noise and would have disrupted our main project in Central Europe.
And what, I wonder, is your main project?
So now we move on to the most important thing there in Central Europe, where the gods planned the epicenter of the culture of the conscious soul through the unification of the Germanic lands with the subsequent founding of a 3-member social organization there, we stuck a knife in the throat of these plans.
How did you manage to do this?
We eliminated the Prince of Baden, and in his place we put our own man, who led to such a unification of the German lands that an empire arose in which our beloved Mr. Ahriman could reign. So, when already in the 20th century the initiate from the celestial school of Michael came and built his temple, then at once in Ephesus we found a suitable Herostratus, so that this temple would share the fate of the temple of Artemis.
Windsor triumphantly looked around at the audience, but the audience was waiting to see how Ahriman would react.
Project accepted.
Just don't forget that on the day of the burning of the temple of Artemis, Alexander the Great was born, and then he shattered us a lot. It is still unknown what happened this time.
There is a knock on the door. A breathless devil messenger runs into the hall. I am forced to interrupt your joyful symposium, but there is a urgent, completely sad news that cannot be delayed.
Well, you're croaked. Okay, give out your urgent news.
Initiate whose temple you thought you had burned.
What do you mean, thought? We burnt it to the ground. It still continues to be gaping ashes there.
They thought they had burned it. I would ask you not to knock me from my train of thought. I already barely understand what is happening. In general, in these ashes, the invisible temple descended from heaven, in relation to which the visible temple was its physical shell, and the laying of the foundation stone of the new mysteries took place there.
What? How so? Of the new mysteries? While you are bravely reporting to me about your successes in the fight against the ancient mysteries, there already are new mysteries on earth? How could you let this happen? This is the end of all our plans.
What did I say? You overrated Klingsor. It's not so easy to break Central Europe. Over your knee.
Why are you listening to the stupid damn devil journalist? What does he understand about this? What new mysteries? They are a world apart. Let me make it clear. Our messenger is exaggerating somewhat. In order for new mysteries to arise, they must be cultivated by many people and not just by the initiate himself. But for this, people first must hear about the new mysteries. When a person hears something, then he can ask a question about it. Tell us, my dear, you saw all this with your own eyes? How many questions were asked to the initiate about the essence of the new mysteries?
Not a single one.
That's it. Tell me, my friend, what happens when a person gets into the temple, looks at everything in admiration, but does not ask a single question?
When such a dangerous character as Parsifal didn't ask a single question in the temple of the Holy Grail, then the next morning, to our great relief, he was gently kicked out of there, and then he had to look for it for a very long time to find a 60 miles road to it.
In this faster age, 60 miles is a mere trifle. Therefore, we will need to make sure that everyone who participated in the laying of the foundation stone completely forgot the way to this temple.
Why in hell would everyone forget the way to the temple? Yes, a year ago, everyone was morally killed by the fire you started, but now they are all soaring in spirit again.
Because if people didn't ask questions, it means that they haven't actually heard anything yet, which means they are sleeping. This means that since the initiate vouched for them, we can now eliminate him, since those for whom he vouched have failed him. This gives us a free hand to do what we have already done many times in the past with all the elements that interfere with us. And once we eliminate the initiate, we can quietly lead these sleeping people and make sure they never wake up.
So why haven't you eliminated him yet?
We tried many times, including literally just now, at the very end of this event. But his spiritual protection is too great. However, I'm sure that this will not last long. We are now preparing a magical operation similar to the one that happened with Schiller.
All this is good, but there is one thing I cannot understand. If I am the prince of this world, then why can something that I do not want happen in my world for so long? Why can't we just bulldoze this entire hill so that no temple will arise on it, and the very memory of it will be erased over generations?
I dare to object, your evil majesty, that this would be extremely inappropriate.
What? Whose side are you on?
I am on the right side, and that's why I'm rooting for the best course of our business. Here's the catch. We know for sure that a huge number of Michaelites from the heavenly school should come to Earth in the 20th century. And if we carefully clean up everything in this place, then they will still create their temples, but all over the earth, so you won't be able to keep track of everyone. So, isn't it better to leave one and only temple, but under our complete control, and they will flock there from all over the world like butterflies to a fire, with all that it entails. Moreover, from this one and only central temple of theirs, we will issue a ban on any independent activity that is not coordinated with the temple. in fact with us, so that nowhere and nothing throughout the entire earth will happen among the Machelites without our control.
Well, let's settle it. We will take Klingsor's plan as a basis. Don't be jealous. There are enough laurels for everyone. The situation is still very dangerous. We are working as a single team.
This is how, guys, all our beautiful, bright future in which we live in the moment found itself in great danger. And now we are approaching the climax of our performance. When the curtain opens, we will find out how the future finally came, why everything was handling by a threat.